Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. We are back again with another transfer news update for Arsenal. As you can see, I've got sick and tired of waiting around for my new camera, and I know that obviously the two black marks in between my picture is not great viewing for you guys. So I decided to create myself a little bit of a overlay instead. To my right or your left, we have the legends of the football club. You've got Arsene Wenger there holding the gold trophy, Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp, David Rocastle, and then at the top, Ian Wright as well. And then on my left or your right, we have the overhyped FC, Mikel Arteta, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and basically the whole entire Arsenal squad. Overhyped, fraud, whatever you want to call them, but they are certainly not of the level that the guys on the other side were. But there you go. I created a bit of an overlay. Hopefully it makes it a little less boring and a bit more interesting for you guys watching. So let's crack on. Let's get straight into it and let's talk about the transfer window. And the first player we are going to talk about today is Rob Holding. Now, it has been confirmed that Rob Holding has signed a new contract at Arsenal. It is a 4-year deal, which will extend his contract till 2025. It's actually extended until 2024 with the option of a further 12 months, which then means if his contract is seen throughout, he would have been at Arsenal for 9 years. I don't know what to make of it, to be honest with you. Personally, I haven't got a massive issue with it as long as Rob Holding is here to be a squad player. If he's here to be a first team regular, then I'm not with it. I'm really not with it. He is not of the quality. We need better than Rob Holding. There's no question about it. He's been all right this season, but he's not been that great. And it's clear to see we need reinforcements in defence. If not in this transfer window, then definitely in the summer. But you guys, let me know in the comments section, what do you make of Rob Holding getting a new deal at Arsenal? Like I say, it is a 4-year extension. I don't know the details about whether he's had a pay rise, how much money he's going to be on, but I'd assume that he would have had a pay rise. And it just makes no sense to me because in the summer, it was looking like he was going to go on loan to Newcastle. It was looking like he was not part of Mikel Arteta's plans. And 6 months later, we're offering him a new contract. I do not understand. I don't get it. And I think the lack of experience within the board and the managerial level at this football club is beginning to show. 1 minute you want him, next minute you don't. And I don't get it. I really, really don't get it. But we'll have to wait and see what happens with that one, of course. Now, we're going to move on to a player that we have been linked with today. His name is Manor Suleiman. Sorry about that, guys. He plays in the Ukraine with Shakhtar Donetsk. He's a 21-year-old. He predominantly plays on the left wing. However, he can play on the right wing as well. And he can also play in the number 10 role, central attacking midfielder. His record this season in the Ukrainian Premier League is 10 games, 3 goals and 1 assist, which I suppose in 10 games isn't isn't a bad return, but it's not spectacular. And he's also featured in a number of games in the Champions League as well for Shakhtar this season, playing 6 games and scoring 2 goals. Now, I don't know too much about this player, so I'm not going to pretend that I do. But again, my question is, why are we looking at players who can play out wide when it's clear to see we need a proper central attacking midfielder? We need a player who can also play next to Thomas Partey, because our midfield is horrendous. Why are we looking at these players? I don't understand. But then, in saying that, right, Arsenal, we tend to be linked with a lot of players throughout the transfer window, and we never, ever, ever end up signing these guys. In fact, we probably, like I said in previous videos, we'll probably renew David Luiz's contract or some shit, or we'll go to Chelsea and buy a reject. You know, we've had it before in previous windows, in previous years. Can you all remember Kim Kallstrom? Yeah. The guy who we signed with a back injury. And he only ever played for Arsenal a couple of times, was never anywhere near good enough. And it just seems to be a continuation from the previous era. I just don't understand where this football club's going at all. I really do not get it. But there you go. There's one player we have been linked with today. Of course, we have to talk about Mesut Ozil. He continues to be linked with DC United and Fenerbahce. He also remains in talks with Fenerbahce. And if he is to leave Arsenal in this window, it looks like Fenerbahce would be the most likely destination. He is doing a Q&A on Twitter tonight on his page, and it'll be interesting to see if he does mention anything about whether he is leaving Arsenal this month or not. However, my guy, the big dog, the main man himself, the man who knows everything when it comes to transfers, Fabrizio Romano, has already explained that this deal for Mesut Ozil to Fenerbahce would be difficult. We would probably have to subsidise most, if not all, of his wages. However, it could possibly happen. So that is Mesut Ozil. Moving on now to Kieran Tierney. This guy has been absolutely exceptional for Arsenal in recent weeks. He looks like he has settled down now into the Premier League. And yeah, he looks like a very, very good player. And if we're being real, the £25 million that we paid Celtic for him looks like an absolute steal right now. However, there are rumours and murmurs that Napoli could possibly be looking to bring Kieran Tierney in. No way, mate. Keep your hands off him. Keep your hands off him. Yeah. It is claimed that Napoli manager Gattuso is a massive fan of Tierney. I'm not surprised. I'm a massive fan of Tierney myself. But it is claimed that Gattuso is a massive fan of Kieran Tierney, and there is a possibility that they could make a move for him in the summer. I'm sure they will be looking at him this window, but whether they would be able to prize him away from Arsenal or not is a different matter. I don't think there is anything in that rumour whatsoever. But then again, this is Arsenal Football Club. We tend to do stupid deals like that. I really hope not. I really hope that Kieran Tierney is a long term part of this football club. For me, he needs to be given the captain's armband, not be sold to Napoli. But like I said, I don't think there's anything in that, and hopefully we can keep hold of Kieran Tierney for the long term. If Napoli was to come in for Kieran Tierney, it would have to be an exceptional bid. I'm talking 50 million plus. I mean, when you look at how much Ben Chilwell went to Chelsea for, you know, and personally, I think Tierney is better than Ben Chilwell. I don't know what you guys think, but Ben Chilwell went to Chelsea for 50 million, so Kieran Tierney is easily a 50 million pound plus player. But like I said, hopefully he will be an integral part of this Arsenal side moving forward. We're going to move on, and we're going to talk about Eddie Nketiah. Now, there's been a few rumours linking him with a move away to West Ham. West Ham have just sold Sebastian Haller to Ajax, and they need a replacement. A lot of rumours coming out saying that they could be interested in Eddie Nketiah. However, Mikel Arteta has put a dampener on that fire in his press conference earlier on today, because he'd basically, when asked if Eddie Nketiah was going to be leaving in this January transfer window, he said no. Now, I don't get this again, you know. How many opportunities does this boy need, right? We as fans, I'm sure, whether you're Arteta in or Arteta out, we as a fan base can all agree that Eddie Nketiah is not good enough for Arsenal. The guy has had plenty of opportunities now to show what he can do. Yeah, he is a tap-in merchant. He is a 6-yard man, right? Outside of the 6-yard area, he's fucking useless. Yes, he works hard. Yes, he tries to press defenders. But that is the minimum expectation at this football club, surely. You should be expected to work hard. You're playing for Arsenal Football Club, one of the biggest football clubs in the world. You shouldn't be rewarded for that. At the end of the day, it's about your quality. Yeah? If you can work hard, but you don't have the quality, then you are quite simply not good enough. Right? You can't give the guy extra quality. At the end of the day, he wasn't good enough to get into Leeds' side when he went on loan, and he's surely not good enough to get in Arsenal's. I don't understand. And this is what pisses me off about this manager. It seems to me that this guy has his favourites. Yeah? And Eddie Nketiah is one of them. And because of Eddie Nketiah, because Mikel Arteta is so desperate to keep this guy, right? We are now possibly going to be losing this guy, Balogun. Now, I'm not going to cry and get too upset about it all and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, he is a youth player. Yeah, he's a player who is just coming up from the academy. However, from what I have seen of this guy, he is 1 million times better than Eddie Nketiah. Right? And the rumours are coming out that he does actually want to stay at Arsenal. Right? Mikel Arteta has said in his press conferences in recent weeks that he wants Balogun to sign a new contract at Arsenal. But if you do not give the guy the opportunity to play, he's not going to sign a new fucking contract, you dickhead. Once again, he was left out completely against Newcastle in the FA Cup. And this guy is probably sat there thinking, do you know what? Right? I ain't staying. I'm off. Fuck this. If I can't get into this Arsenal side that are sat 11th in the league, they've struggled to score goals all season up until recently, and I can't get in ahead of an underperforming Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who we can all agree has not been the same player this season, right? And he has been seriously underperforming. And I can't get ahead of Eddie and fucking Nketiah. So he's probably thinking to himself, do you know what? I've got 6 or 7 clubs that want me. I'm off. At least then I can go and play. You know? Because that is what it is all about. It's about playing. But from, like I said, from what I've seen of this guy, he scored 2 goals in 2 games in the Europa League and created an assist. What more can this guy do to get a bit of a run in this side? I'm not saying he needs to be a starter, but at least put him on the bench. But no, once again, love child Nketiah is on the bench and Balogun is left at home. Right? And people want to try and tell me that it's because he hasn't signed a new contract. Yeah? Well, I'll tell you what, and this isn't Mikel Arteta's fault, but whoever deals with contracts at this football club is a fucking disgrace. The fact that he got to the last 6 months of his contract in the first place is a disgrace. Nobody at Arsenal Football Club should be getting to the last 6 months of their contract. It's as simple as that. First team player or youth team player. Because potentially, yeah, they're touting about how, you know, we had an offer from Brentford in the summer of £15 million for Eddie Nketiah. Well, if Eddie Nketiah is worth £15 million, what is Balogun worth? You know, you look at Ryan Brewster from Liverpool. They got £20 million for him. Dominic Solanke. And we're letting these guys run their contracts down. What the fuck is all this about? You know? I understand that Arsenal Football Club is ran like a business, but it's not ran like a very fucking good one. If you let all your assets just, you know, leave for free. What the fuck is all that about? I don't get it. And once again, it looks like a decision made by this manager. You know? How can you convince a guy to sign a new contract when you don't even fucking play him? You know? And these decisions are the decisions that could set us back even further than what we are now. And I genuinely believe that. And that's what worries me. Right? It's not all Arteta's fault. It's not all Arteta's fault. But the guy has not got any experience. The people, effectively, that are running this football club do not have any fucking experience. Binay doesn't have any experience. Edu doesn't have any experience. Arteta does not have any experience. I don't get it. I really, really don't. Anyway, enough of my ranting, because I shouldn't really be ranting on a bloody transfer news update video, but there you go. It just, it winds me up. It really does wind me up. Of course, we are going to talk about this guy, Alex Runarsson. Oh my God. Chelsea fans, you think Kepa's bad. Jesus Christ. I don't get this decision either, you know. Emi Martinez. We decided to sell him to Aston Villa. We had probably two of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League, you know, as a 1 and 2. And we decide, oh, I don't know, let's sell Emi Martinez and let's go get Runarsson. We paid £1.5 million for this geezer. You get what you pay for, is the old saying. He is a £1.5 million footballer. I really don't know what anybody was expecting. But Arteta has also hinted in his press conference that he plans to sign a new goalkeeper in this transfer window. And it also means that Alex Runarsson could possibly go out on loan just 4 months after joining as Arsenal's number 2. You know, it's these mistakes that are going to cost us. Look at what Martinez is doing at Aston Villa. And look at what we've got now. So effectively, because Matt Macey has already gone to Hibs on a permanent deal, if Runarsson goes out on loan, we are left with Leno. Well done, Arsenal Football Club. You fucking idiots. Honestly, I really do not get this football club whatsoever. This guy, Socrates, continues to be linked with a move away from Arsenal. Apparently, and again, this was confirmed by my guy, the big dog when it comes to transfers, Fabrizio Romano, that Genoa and Fenerbahce are interested in Socrates. Funny that, isn't it? Fenerbahce want Ozil and they want Socrates. Maybe it's because Socrates is a big guy. You know, maybe he could go and be Mesut Ozil's bodyguard at Fenerbahce, because obviously Kolasinac is not available. He has now gone to Schalke. So maybe Ozil's chucked Socrates in there as part of the deal. Said, look, if you want to sign me, Socrates has got to come with me. I need somebody to protect my back all the time. You know, it just seems weird to me. But there you go. Genoa looks like the most likely destination. There's also hints of Real Betis as well. But we'll have to wait and see what happens with that one as well. I'm surprised that the guy hasn't already gone. You know, he's not been in the Arsenal 25-man squad. He's not played a single minute for Arsenal this season. So we'll wait and see what happens. I do fully expect this guy to leave, though. And good riddance to him as well. At least that will be another £100,000 off the wage bill. And the last piece of news that we are going to get into is Emi Buendia. We continue to be linked with a move for Emi Buendia. Reports coming out that we are in negotiations with Buendia's representatives. However, reports today state that we are not the only football club interested in Buendia, which doesn't surprise me really. He's having an absolute blinder of a season in the Championship. But reports today state that Valencia have shown an interest in Buendia as well. They are also looking at Harry Winks, but Buendia could possibly be an alternative to Harry Winks. As we already know, Norwich do not want to sell Buendia. Buendia is possibly open to the move, but it looks like Arsenal would have to pay a minimum fee of £30 million in order to prize him away. And do we have the money to do that? Of course we have the money, because we're Arsenal Football Club, but we're also tight-fisted FC. So there you go. And that's it today, guys. That's it. I'm going to get into a couple of your comments. And yeah, let me know. Let me know. Relentless, back again. Good to see you in the chat, mate. Holding, for fuck's sake. Yes, I know, mate. Rob Holding has signed a new contract, and it has been confirmed by Mikel Arteta as well. It's just, well, you know what the Arsenal media team are like. We all know now that Rob Holding has signed a new contract. We've known for a little while that it was coming, but yet it's still not been announced. I don't get it. Why is the Arsenal media team so slow on all this? I don't understand. Afdaling says, yo, Brandon. Yo, Afdaling, how you doing? Afdaling also says, Wolves away in the FA Cup. Is it? I thought it was Southampton or Shrewsbury. Might be wrong. Might be wrong. Devin says, hey, Brandon. Hey, Devin, how you doing? And Relentless says, shit goalkeeper. Yes, very shit goalkeeper, mate. You know, is what it is. Is what it is. Like I said, you get what you pay for, and he is a £1.5 million goalkeeper, and it's as simple as that. And we fucked up. We have made a major mistake in not keeping Emi Martinez. You know, since when? Since when? Like Arteta, when he first came into Arsenal, when he first came into Arsenal, he told everybody in his press conference that there was going to be non-negotiables. And, you know, after watching his first press conference, I was actually quite refreshed to hear that someone was going to come in, stamp their authority. Since then, all of that, what he said in the first press conference, is nothing but fucking lies and bullshit. And that's what it is. You know, he said he'd play players on merit, you know. And then he's changed it to, oh, well, it depends on what players do on the training ground. I don't give a fuck what they do on the training ground as long as they're doing it on the pitch week in, week out. That's where it matters the most. You don't get 3 points for training well. You get 3 points on match day for winning. You know, does this guy not fucking understand? I don't get it. Just because Willian might train well doesn't mean he ain't shit. I don't... Mate, this guy is pissing me off. I'm telling you, he's pissing me right off. Relentless says, you buy cheap, you buy twice. Too right. Spot on there, Relentless. You buy cheap, you buy twice. You know, it's very rare that you buy a cheap signing and then they turn out to be an absolute baller. You know, we got Martinelli. Cheap, very cheap. He's an absolute baller. But it's only on rare occasions that that tends to happen. You know? And, mate, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. I will be back again on, let me think. It'll either be tomorrow or Wednesday. I shall let you guys know. Well, I'll set up the stream a couple of hours before I go live anyway. So make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. If you haven't already, hit that notification bell. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We'll keep that content rolling. But like I said, I will be back either tomorrow or Wednesday to do a preview to the Crystal Palace game, and hopefully we'll be getting a special guest on for that as well. But we'll wait and see. If not, you'll just have to put up with me, guys. But it is what it is. Like I say, thank you for tuning in. Please smash them likes up. Smash them likes up if you haven't already. And like I said, I'll be back again later on this week to preview the Crystal Palace game. Cheers, guys.